16 days ago, I told my husband that I didn't love him. No one talks about ending a marriage when he's a good husband. There was no violence, there was no nothing, but we stopped communicating, we stopped making each other priority, we stopped making each other laugh, and there was no intimacy. And my heart stopped, and I fell out of love. So I've broken a guy's heart, I've ruined my teenage daughter's life, and now I'm on a journey to find Jane because I've lost Jane, and I'm a 44-year-old woman who is now navigating a new life, and it's difficult, and I want to bear all with everybody and be honest about my feelings and how this affects me and how it affects my daughter and how it affects my ex. We're currently cohabiting. I don't know how long that's going to take for me to be able to leave this home and buy somewhere else for me and my daughter, who we will share 50-50. So hit the follow button, please. Follow me, and I promise I will bear all and keep you on this journey of finding Jane, because she has been lost for a long time, and I'm really excited to find Jane again.
No one talks enough about how hard it is to let go of the guy who you love and who loves you. And there's so many beautiful blessings in the relationship, and yet you just know deep down that they are not your forever person. And you go through it hoping that that feeling goes away and that the love takes over and that everything works out, because you've never been treated this way, and it's so much of what you've prayed for, and yet it teaches you about self-trust, and that choosing yourself, no matter what the outcome, is always going to be in your favor, because it's not fair for you or the other person to silence that voice inside.
So I left an 8-year relationship this year. I'm 32 years old and I was supposed to get married last year. And I've got to be honest, it's been one of the most challenging years of my life. Not because the relationship was toxic, but because I knew in my heart that there was more for me, that I had to go my own path, that I had to learn more lessons. And to be honest, I wish I'd done it sooner. Because when we really truly tap into our heart space and our intuition, we know when something's not working or when something's not right for us. And I just want to remind you really that, yes, it's going to be painful when we make these choices. Yes, it's going to be hard. But the person that you know you are inside lies on the other side of that fear. So think about it. Where would you rather be a year from today? Still living in something that isn't serving you, or truly on your authentic path?
So I'm watching this video of this woman who's talking about the fact that she wants to leave her husband, not because he's a bad guy. He does not hit her. He's not mean to her. He's not cruel. As far as I can tell from what she has said in the video, he's a good guy. She calls him a good guy. She goes on to say that she literally spends all day, every day in bed, because that is the only way she can stop herself from picking her husband apart. She is so certain that she wants out of this marriage with this good man that she tells him she wants a divorce. And what does this man say? This man who she has been pretty vile towards, this man who she lays in bed to avoid. He says he wants to work it out. He doesn't want her to go. She says the only thing he does wrong is that he's lazy and he doesn't put in effort, which is incredible to me, because at the same token, she herself says she just lays in bed all day. And when she's out of the bed, she is nasty to him. This is the world that we're living in now. So, women come on here and they say things to me that honestly don't bother me. It's more of a reflection of yourself, in my opinion. But I think the root of this is that women are living in this narrative, if you will, that whatever you feel is your truth. If you feel like you're upset, don't put in work. You shouldn't have to do that. You should have a perfect life where nothing is wrong. Your husband should be perfect. Your husband should go above and beyond constantly, even when you put in zero effort. Your husband should compensate. He should provide. He should protect. He should compensate for your shortcomings. He should be the one who wants to work it out and picks you up when you're down. He should literally be the end all be all. And he should require nothing from you. That's not marriage. That's not marriage. So if that's the world that you want to live in, then do that. And do that with whomever is accepting of that narrative. But to find these good guys, to marry these good guys, take them off the market so there's no option, because these good guys don't leave their wives. They will tough it up with you, as this man said. You put yourself first. And ladies, marriage requires selflessness. If you're not ready to put someone else before you, don't get married.
You know what's wild about this one? She lists the problems, the lack of communication, intimacy and laughter, like they were random weather patterns. Those things don't just stop, they deteriorate because two people stop investing. And instead of working on it, instead of rebuilding the marriage, instead of protecting the stability of her daughter, she turns the collapse of her family into a TikTok miniseries called Finding Jane, like it's a self-help Disney storyline instead of the fallout of her own decisions.
Boy, she really is dumb.
Women always frame this as some deep, mystical, choosing myself moment, like they just unlocked level 99 spiritual awareness. But let's call it what it is. She had a good man, a stable relationship, real commitment, and she still walked away because the feeling didn't give her butterflies anymore. She's talking about trusting her inner voice, but the inner voice she's listening to is the same one that told her to get pumped and dumped by Chad Rohn. Guys, you can treat her well, love her deeply, and be everything she said she wanted, and she'll still leave the moment her emotions dip. That forever person she thinks is out there is a projection of her own delusions, the Disney fairy tale that doesn't exist. She already had a great guy, she just couldn't sit still long enough to appreciate him.
Jeez, what a bitch.
This is what happens when women mistake contentment for stagnation. She didn't leave because he was toxic. She left because he was consistent, and consistency doesn't trigger dopamine like chaos does. Apparently, it takes intuition to recognize if the relationship is no good. This is whimsical and has no basis in reality. Either the relationship was fulfilling or it wasn't, and if she has to resort to an intuition to destroy her relationship, she clearly doesn't value stable relationships in the first place. In a year, when she's scrolling through photos of her ex holding his new wife, she'll realize that the lesson wasn't about finding herself. It was about learning what real value she already had and threw away.
She's an idiot.
Women say there are no good men left, while actively divorcing the exact men they claim don't exist. This is why men are walking away, because no amount of loyalty or love can compete with a woman who thinks every uncomfortable feeling is a spiritual sign to start over. A man gives loyalty, stability, commitment and patience, and in return the woman gave him boredom and resentment. She admits he's a good man, admits he wants to work it out, admits he's trying, but she still wants out because she doesn't feel it. She lies in bed all day picking him apart, then calls him lazy. She checks out emotionally, then blames him for the lack of connection. She withdraws effort, then expects him to carry the marriage alone. It's no wonder why men don't want to get married anymore.
It's a trap!
Real Men of Genius.